Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do my wrap up for week 2 of Horror Mayhem. And I finished 4 things in the second week of May, and that includes 2 audiobooks and 2 physical books. I'm going to start with the audiobooks. I listened to Your Mind is a Terrible Thing by Hailey Piper, which is a sci-fi horror story taking place in space on a starship, and our main character Alto, who is non-binary, who is both genders, they wake up and find themselves to be alone on the ship. Where did everybody go? It's a mystery. They do find one other robot on board whose programming is to help with filming movies and plays, that sort of thing. So everything they talk about is in terms of acting, which is, somewhat funny, but seemed a bit over the top. And I listened to the audiobook, and the voice for the robot was really annoying to me. Maybe that's why I thought it was over the top, but... So the robot and Alto are trying to figure out what happened on board the ship, and they find a very strange creature that has gotten on board, and it is this giant brain creature, and they have to figure out how to survive. I love a good sci-fi horror book. If it wasn't for the voice of the robot, I probably would have loved it, but I still really liked it. The other audiobook I listened to was Goddess of Filth by Castro, which is a possession story, but it's a little bit different take on a possession story because follows 5 friends that are hanging out, and they decide to do a seance, and then one of the friends, Fernanda, becomes possessed by an ancient goddess. So not a demon, a goddess, and the goddess of filth. Basically, it's a goddess that eats sin and empowers people to do what they want with their bodies, basically. I love possession stories, and I really liked that this one was a little bit different, and I really liked this book a lot. The physical books I read, one was a short story collection, and one was a poetry book. The short story collection is A Little Sorrow Talk by Keene. I got this in a Nightworms package. It's a signed copy from Thunderstorm Books. This was a mixed bag. I liked most of the stories. There's 3 in here about zombies, which Keene is well known for, and I really liked all of the zombie stories in here. They're probably my favorite. And there was a story about a man who finds out he has terminal cancer. He gets life insurance after he finds out, then he tries to die from a different way than cancer so that his family can get the insurance money. That one was really, really good, I thought. This was a very fast read. I read it in a day, and not all the stories were hits, but they are all very memorable. And then my poetry collection was Monstrum, Poetica, poetry by Jezzy, Wolfe, and this has 3 poems for different a bunch of different creatures. And then before each section, it has an information page about the creature to give some background before it goes into the poems about it. I really liked learning about all these creatures from different parts of the world. And I marked my favorites here. I think there was eight favorites from this collection. And my first favorite was Dog Deadly. And this is about a swing, which is a monster from the Philippines. It's a shapeshifter that can appear as a vampire, witch, werewolf, ghoul, or viscera sucker. So I'm just going to read this one. Dog Deadly. It lurks deep behind, distantly beside, a corner creeper, a clandestine feeder. Its head hung between its backwards feet, its whiplash tail, ears that clap warnings. In the spaces between, the light, a covert nightmare, with its hungry tongue searches for the boundary of shadow, for the edges of silhouettes, for the outlines of darkness, among spectral promises of bloody draught. It pursues the copper of exsanguinated flesh. Cryptid, carnine, hideous hound, this nasty mongrel stalking its prey. A beastie hovers just beyond sight. Evil incarnate watches the light. I like that one. I really enjoyed learning about all these creatures, and I am really loving horror poetry, so I'm glad I got to read all these creature-centered poems. It was great, a great time. So I had a wonderful week 2 of Horror Mayhem, reading 4 books that I really liked. I think I gave all of them 4 stars. I would love to know what you've been reading for Horror Mayhem, and if you've read any of these, what did you think of them? And I will be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks. Bye.